Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys what is Roblox Studio and how you can learn to script in it. I have been using this studio for over 1.5 years and I think I'm pretty good at it, so I'm just going to show you guys. So yeah, you just have to click on this new button after you download Roblox Studio using the link that I give down below the description. Now you can also go use the Roblox's a download link, but that's like a way to diversion. So I'll link the direct link uh, to the download of the official Roblox website inside of the description. You can just click on that link and download and fire up Roblox Studio. Now we have opened Roblox Studio. It will first ask you to log in inside of your Roblox account. I have logged in inside of my _me account. You can also click on logout if you want to change to another account. Then we have the new button, then we have the my games button, we have the recent button, we have archive button. So the first button is the new button. So new button, you can choose different themes that you can use for your game. So this is basically like a map that you can choose, and then you can also change parts of that map. Then we also got the theme, so such as it's given a theme. So we got like city theme, we got pirate themed, we got medieval theme. So then we also got gameplay. So gameplay, this is type of what genre of game you would play. So such as you could play racing, parkour, obby, line runner. This is basically just almost like Subway Surfers, and we got the capture the flag, and this is shooter, and we also got the combat one. So yeah, so usually I would choose either the base plate or the classic base plate. Uh, Personally, I like the classic base plate because um, after you make your game, like load up your game with heavy things such as different guns, scripts, animation, it's going to get a bit laggy, and classic base plate suits my needs the best. So after you make a game, so say you load up something, then you change a property, then you save it. So when it's saved, it won't be saved inside of your file explorer. It would be saved inside of my game. So this is like the file explorer of Roblox Studio. So I have a lot of games in here. Now note that this is not my actual this is not my main account. I lost it a while ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. So yeah, don't mind this. Then we also got the recent tab. So these are just the games that you opened recently, and we got the archived. So you can this is basically just the groups. I mean the games that you archived. You can also go to my games, and then you can also go to group games. So if you have a group, and then you want your whole developer team of your group to be working in that, so you can also just create group game. One thing that I like about group game is instead of just displaying your own username such as argentavis_me, if I want to make it such as a ride game, so I could create a group named ride games, and then I could just create a new game in here, and it would show the developer's name such as ride game, and when we click on the name, it would redirect us to the Roblox group. So we got shared with me, so you can just ask your friends. You could send an invite to your friends to edit or just test your game in Roblox Studio, so you could do that. So let's load up classic base plate first. So now when you open this up, you won't see anything like this. So first step, what you want to do is turn on all of these things. So let me just close all of these so that you can see it. So first up, let's go to view, and you got the explorer. So this is basically just the components. So this would have everything that it's needed for your game, such as workspace. So workspace is basically just this map, and that we miss basically the thing that we'll be using the most in our games. We got the players. so which are the players, and we got the lighting, so we got the lighting effects and all that stuff. Then we got replicated storage, replicated first, server script service, server storage, starter GUI. Starter GUI is basically just the GUI. So if you have like a health GUI, ammo GUI, so it's basically just an icon that has click through enabled, and you can just click through it. So that's that. And starter pack is your tools. So say you're playing say something like Roblox bed was something like that. So you can take out your pickaxe, you can take out your sword. So that's it will be stored inside of the starter pack. Your pickaxe, your swords, all of your items would be stored inside of the starter pack. And then we got starter player. You don't need this for now. Then we got the sound service, so you can play different songs. You could play different walk animations if you don't like the classic Roblox one. We got the chat, and now one thing that I recommend you not doing, is to turn on voice chat, because voice chat can be pretty harmful at times. So it is recommended to not turn on voice chat, as many pro developers don't do that, because then what will happen. So we got the location localiz localization service. So this would basically show you where it's connected to your nearest server. So say if you play Arsenal, then on the top right hand corner with the FPS counter, you can also see uh, which server are you connected to. So you can see if you're connected to a Germany one or a Singapore one. Then you got the test service, so we don't need this right now. So uh, it should be like this. So what you want to do is, first up, go up to view. Don't mind this plugin. So these are all my plugins that I downloaded, so you won't have them and you probably won't need this. So go over to the view tab, turn on explorer, properties. So properties is right here, so it's down here. You would usually say it like, so you would usually say it like halfway through here, so it just crops on it. I don't know why. So yeah, then we got the toolbox, so you could just search up free components that you can use to make your game. So I could import a wall, I could import admin commands, I could import a Roblox dummy, I could import McDonald's and all that stuff. So you don't need to focus on the view tab anymore. You can go up to model, and my Roblox is a bit glitchy, so my select move all these don't work. So instead I have to use this plugin called building tools by F3X. And so yeah, we got the copy button, duplicate, cut, all these. And then we got the select button, so you can just select the space plate if you want. Then you got the move button, you can move it. We got the scale, so you could just scale its size. Then you can rotate it, and you could turn off collisions if you want. So collisions basically makes it able to see. If you have collisions unchecked, then you would just fall through it. So make sure to have collisions on. Then joint surface, it just joins it. So we got the modes, so you can choose physical or geometrical. I personally like geometrical, so you can use that. You got the terrain editor, so you could erode, subtract and change your biome. So if you like want a mountain here and like a tunnel under here, so you could erode the ground under here, and then you could just basically add some more ground over here. Then you have the toolbox button up here. Then you got the parts. So this part is what we are going to be using mostly. So you can import a block. So now as you guys can see, we have imported a block. So it's not really a block, it's a rectangle, but still it's a block. Then you got a cylinder, then you got a spare, then you also got a wedge. So then you have UI. So UI would be after that. If you insert a GUI inside this folder called starter GUI, then only can you be able to see the UI. Then we also have the material, so you can choose any of this material and just change either the base plate or this block. So now don't worry, you won't be in a lot of trouble if you just delete the base plate. So I can just do that, but I'll just fall through it. So to undo a move, you can just click on alt Z, or you can just click on this button and it will do that. And if you were like, oh no, I want to delete it again, then you can just press this, and yeah. Then we also got the find tool, so you can just find anything that you want. It's also really nice organized. So yeah. So then we have the test button. So this is basically like testing your game. So you can choose local server and then add how many players you want. So this won't affect like on Roblox. This would just affect on Roblox Studio. So like if you're testing a multiplayer game where two or more people need to be inside to play a game, so you could just click on 5 players or how many players that you want, and after you started, then you can just after you ended testing it, you can just click on clean up and it will just close all of the different windows that you would need to um, use it. So now what you have to do is you can play the game, such as by clicking right here you can play the game. And if you click on play here, so the spawns usually are in the middle of the base plate, so I would spawn right there. But if I wanted to, I could just spawn right here. So I'll just show you guys if what happens if I spawn by just clicking the play button. So I would spawn somewhere in the middle of the base plate, but I'll show you guys how it works. So as you guys can see right now, I am inside or in the middle of the base plate. I can also reset you guys to show you guys. So I'll just reset that, and I'd still be spawning somewhere over here. So as you guys can see, I spawned over here. But now if I click on stop, and then I could just basically go to the edge of this, and I could basically spawn right here if I press the down button in the play and click on play here. So as you guys can see, I spawned right here. And another thing that is for the Unity developers, if you want to just take a free look like a spectator mode, you could just press F5 inside of the Roblox. Sorry, um, so uh, okay, one second, I forgot what key it was. Okay, sorry. So yeah, never mind, that didn't work. For some reason, it just won't. So yeah, if I find the keybind for spectator mode, I'll just leave it in the comment section. So then you also got the device, so you could like check if it works correctly on mobile. Then you also got the player, so you could just enable a player emulator and it will just show you like it's a player there and all that stuff. Then you could also mute the audio if you are on a speaker and you're just working on your laptop while you are outside, so you could just mute that, and that's basically it. Oh, never mind. So you know how we told that you could change the materials of the part. So here's our part. Then we'll open up the properties tab. So after you open up you click on the part and then you open up the properties menu. You can see under the appearance tab. Let me just close all of this so that you can see it clearly. So you can change the brick color, so I could change it to navy blue. I could turn off cast shadow. So if I like go down here and watch what happens if I turn off the cast shadow. So you see the small dark thing under here, it goes off, so it doesn't cast a shadow. And then we also got the material. So now there is two things to change the color. So you can change the brick color. So this is basically just Roblox's color. So now if you know RGB values and you can just mix it all, so then you can do that. So RGB value is just a red, green, blue. R for red, uh, green for G for green, and B for blue. So all these three numericals would form a solid color. So the next thing is material. So you could change the material to maybe glass if you want. So you could change it to ice. So when you turn it to ice, there's like a small scrape marks around here. So if I could just show you that. So yeah, you can see the scrape marks, and sun lighting also moves according to it. Then you also have diamond plate. So yeah, you got diamond plating in here. And then you also have the grass. Now besides this, don't worry, there's also the fact that you can also import custom textures into it. So that really is going to help you a lot. So then you also have the reflections. So it shows how much it will reflect. So you could choose it to 1 as it's the max value. So if I just do this reflectance, now it's blue, so you can't really see it that much. So if I move it down and up, you can see some slight change. And then you also have the transparency, so you could like uh, make it invisible, or you could make it half invisible, like see through. But yeah, then you also have the data tab, so you could archive it. So it's already turned on, so just don't worry about the data tab. Then you have the transform menu, so you could change its size by putting in 3 values inside of it. So it's length, breadth, and a z-axis. So you could change its position on the map. You could change how it's orientated, and you could change its origin. Then you have the pivot. You don't need to change that right now. So you could turn on can collide. So if this is off, you can just basically walk through it, and if it's on, then you cannot walk through it. So like you can't walk through it. And then you have the can touch. So this is basically almost like a collision. You don't need to learn all of that right now. So yeah, then we have the anchored. So what anchored basically does, if this thing is in the sky, anchor just makes it fixed up there. It doesn't fall down. But if you have anchor turned off, it just falls down. So there's also an anchor button up top in here. And then we also have massless. So this will also become massless. So you don't need to learn that also right now. So you can also change the part shape. So if you inserted a script inside of it and you just don't want to copy and paste the script again, you can just do this and change its shape. Then you have the assembly, also nothing important right here, and attributes, there's nothing. So yeah, this is basically how Roblox Studio is, and in the next video I'm going to be showing you guys how to model, and for the upcoming videos I would show you guys how to script one by one. I'll try to make it as clear as I can. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like, so that you can also learn how to script in Roblox. Thank you.